Welcome to the Sugadasa Stadium here as we prepare for the second semi-final of this Dialog School Knockout Tournament between Royal College and Isipathana. It's going to be a really interesting contest between two teams that share a very rich history, not just in this tournament, but in Sri Lanka schools rugby. Both teams just going through their warm-ups at the moment, and we're just waiting as the crowd is building up here at the Sugadasa Stadium for what is expected to be a really absorbing, thrilling, high-intensity encounter. As you can see, both teams are just going through their warm-ups. I'm sure the warm-ups are going to be short and crisp as we have a look at the weather forecast for today. Maximum temperature 31 Celsius with a minimum temperature of 27 Celsius. What's really going to test both these teams' endurance is going to be the humidity that is prevalent here in Colombo. So I'm sure teams will need to be well hydrated, and they will have done the necessary preps in the lead up to this game. So joining me in commentary today is Nathan, until we have Sudarshana joining us a little bit later on. So these were the semi-finals of the Dialog Schools Presidents, rather the Premier Trophy. Ananda College getting the better of Lumbini will make it to the final.
And Trinity College, after closely fought first half, pulling away to beat Zaira College and book their place in the President's Trophy final against the winner of this clash, which is dress rehearsal for the Major Milroy Fernando Memorial Trophy that we'll see later in the league. So we'll take a look at the roadmap and how the teams progressed throughout this Dialog Schools rugby knockouts. We saw in the quarterfinals St. Peter's College, Trinity College, St. Anthony's College, Isipathana College and Dharmaraja College with relatively comfortable victories. Wesley breezed past St. Joseph's as well, but the closely fought matches were Royal and Kingswood as well as Zaira and Vidyartha. Zaira College handed a bye after St. Peter's unfortunately had to withdraw. Trinity beat St. Thomas's College in a closely fought match at Havelock Park and beat Zaira College on Friday to book their place in the finals. Royal College with a relatively comfortable victory over DSA Nayaka College to book their place in today's semi-finals, and Isipathana College with a strong second half rally to brush past Wesley, a strong Wesley College outfit, and set up a tantalizing clash here at the Sugadasa today.
So what we'll do now is we'll go in for a quick commercial break, and on the other side we'll have the team cards and the kickoff.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
එක පැත්තකින් වාගෙනදී තව පැත්තකින් මතුවෙනවා. මේ ටයිල් එක බෑ. දෙක තුනක් කැඩිලත් එක්ක. චොමරි අක්කා.
ජීවිත කාලය පුරාම අල්ලන් ඉන්න නම් ටයිල් අල්ලන්න ඕන ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව්.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව් අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Keep sweating. Keep pushing the limits. Keep stepping up your game. Keep shining. Keep rising. No matter what your fitness goal is, we are always there by you, with you. Iodex. Get. Spray. Go.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Radials. The road is yours.
That was summer refreshment, the train, they got to go.
Night Go, pocket perfume. You take it a go, ekak.
Lassana panloke, kottumi saravihite, hikkagasita dandamate. File and fashion the bay. Hikkagabade watte hotel spicy gas mate. Prima kottumi, fun tamai.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
කොහෙන් හරි කමන්නේ ෆොටෝ එක තිබ්බනම් මට මේ බිත්තිය කැත වහගන්න තිබ්බා.
චොමරි අක්කා.
පිටියට ස්විස් ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ගාලා ෆිනිෂ් කළා නම් ඔය ප්‍රශ්න මුකුත් නැහැ.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝට් ෆිනිෂ් එකට හොඳම කෙනා.
Rupee
රියල් 50 මැලිබන් සේවරි පොඩ්ඩෝ එක මැච් එකට සෙට් වෙන්න.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
මැලිබන් lemon puff puff lemon puff මැලිබන් lemon puff හැම සිතක්ම පිපිදේ රස lemon රසයේ ජීවිතයම මිහිරයි මැලිබන් lemon puff puff lemon puff මැලිබන් lemon puff මැලිබන් lemon puff chill වෙන්න lemon. නව Rexona Sports Defense 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සදාමයි.
Saratama enjoy කරන්න party එකට go.
Night Go Pocket Perfume youth එකට go එකක්.
වතුරත් ලීක් වෙලා ස්ලැබ් එකත් ඉවරයි. බලන්නකෝ දැන් සාලේ කැත. චමරි.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල් 2K waterproof දැම්මනම් වතුර කාන්දු වෙන්නෙත් නෑ. හිතටත් නිදහස්.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල් 2K waterproofer සීල් කරන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Seat Car Radials. The road is yours.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
විහිළු නෙමේ ටෝකියෝ සුපර් ඕන වැඩකට සුපර්.
නව Rexona Sports Defense 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සදාමයි.
හරි.
ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එක.
බයද? ඒවටත් බෙහෙත් අපි ළඟ තියෙනවා ඉඳගන්න.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය චර්පි චිප්ස් රිදෙන්න දැනෙන රස. තව ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එකක් ගහමුද?
වතුරත් ලීක් වෙලා ස්ලැබ් එකත් ඉවරයි. බලන්නකෝ දැන් සාලේ කැත. චමරි.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල් 2K waterproof දැම්මනම් වතුර කාන්දු වෙන්නෙත් නෑ. හිතටත් නිදහස්.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල් 2K waterproofer සීල් කරන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
නව Rexona Sports Defense 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සදාමයි.
ලස්සන පල්ලෝකේ කොත්තුමි සර විහිදේ කික්කට සිත බැන්දා ෆයිවල් ෆැෂන් අපේ
හිටක බදේ වටේ
හොටල් ස්පයිසි ගස් මාතේ රසේ ප්‍රීමා කොත්තුමි ෆාම් තමයි.
Saratama enjoy කරන්න party එකට go.
Night Go Pocket Perfume youth එකට go එකක්.
හරි.
ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එක.
බයද? ඒවටත් බෙහෙත් අපි ළඟ තියෙනවා ඉඳගන්න.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය චර්පි චිප්ස් රිදෙන්න දැනෙන රස. තව ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එකක් ගහමුද?
Seat Car Radials. The road is yours.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Follow your dreams, achieve your goals. With every step, let your story unfold.
So welcome back here to the Sugudasa Stadium. As you can see, both teams yet going through their warm-ups. It's pretty hot and blustery here at the Sugudasa Stadium. But both teams will no doubt be keenly anticipating a very interesting encounter. You can just feel the tension building up here in the stands, both teams' respective supporters thronging this ground for what is going to be a very high-stake affair as we have a look at the road to the final thus far. We had a look at that previously. So these are today's fixtures. Previously, it was the game between Prince of Wales and St. Benedict's. I believe St. Benedict's got the better of that and entered the Premier Trophy final. And of course, this all-important President's Trophy semi-final between two teams who have a very long history and will no doubt want to book their place against another very formidable outfit in Trinity, who will be waiting the winners of this encounter in the final that's scheduled for the 18th of May. So this is how the school season looks like. We've already completed the pre-quarterfinals and the quarterfinals. We are here in the second semi-final on the 11th of May, and of course that grand final on the 18th. Then we'll have a couple of weeks break before we move into the Dialog Schools League tournament, which will be, the first round will be from the 6th of June to the 6th of July. And of course, the second round will be from the 18th of July up until the 10th of August. So a lot of rugby awaiting us here, and the Papare will bring all that action right to your doorstep throughout this school season. So this is how the league groups look like. In Group A, defending champions St. Peter's will have the company of DSN and Aika, Wesley College, Science College, St. Anthony's and Ananda College. In Group B, the runners-up of last season's league, Isipathana, will have St. Thomas's, Zahira College, Dharmaraja, Kingswood and Mahanama to contend with. Royal College will be in Group C along with their traditional rivals, Trinity College, Vidyartha College, St. Joseph, Sri Sumangala, and will be rounded up by Thurston College. So a very interesting league lineup set up. It's a bit of an expanded league, and before that both teams will want to try and win this game and hopefully take a bit of silverware into that all-important Dialog Schools League. We'll go in for another quick commercial break, and on the other side we'll see you with the team list and the kickoff.
Follow your dreams, achieve your goals. With every step, let your story unfold. In this world you will shine, just believe it's your time. Sky is the ultimate limit, never can you stop any day.
Chase your dream career with eSoft Metro Campus.
As the pioneer in Sri Lanka's bottled water industry, American Water has set the standard for over 3 decades to help you stay hydrated wherever you may roam, to provide healthy hydration for your whole home, and to nourish your growing family. With island-wide distribution, we've reached the homes and hearts of every Sri Lankan, ensuring healthy hydration for all. For over 30 years, we've brought the Earth's bounty directly to you, wherever you are, whatever your needs.
ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එක.
බයද? ඒවටත් බෙහෙත් අපි ළඟ තියෙනවා. ඉඳගන්න.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය. Chirpy chips. රිදෙන්න දැනෙන රස. තව ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එකක් ගහමුද?
Our forests come in many forms. They can be up in the hills or down in the plains, fed by the rain or sculpted by the sun. Our forests are deeply rooted in us. They are a living inspiration.
Bring that inspiration home. Lanka Tiles. Fine living. Redefined.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
Nava Rexona Sports Defense 72 hours order protection samagin pirimin sadhamai.
Creamy richness redefined. Smooth, soft, spreadable. Introducing Fondre with canola and sunflower oil.
Are you okay?
Whose fault is this? Looks like someone didn't use Tokyo Superbond for tiling. Tokyo Superbond. Do it right the first time.
Welcome back to the Subadasa Stadium as we await the presence of both teams onto the ground. See the royal flag awaiting the presence of their team. And joining me in commentary, Sudarshana Pires after his stint yesterday in the New Zealand-Sri Lankan encounter. Sudarshana, the atmosphere pretty much building up towards what we saw yesterday as we have a look at the Royal College outfit first. The forwards, Limita Samarasinghe, Nakib Mohammed and Yoshita Situmina will be the front row. Okida Mudan Kyotoa and Metuka Vikramaratna will be the seconds. The third row will comprise of Altaf Aman, Senuja Ranasinghe and Disas Patirana. The halves will be Savita Fernando and Idris Farouk. Skipper Amika Samarasinghe will man the left wing and the centers will be Hiruka Jayanidu and Ishen Hiran. Didula Jaya Surya will be on the right wing and of course manning the fullback will be experienced Yuan Patirana. The replacements Akira, Imtisal, Anupa, Dinuka, Samit, Nasir, Raid, Shahid, Simak and Anik.
And their rivals today, the Isipathanians, the lads in green. Setum Rajapaksa, Kavin Jayasinghe, Lahiru Herat make up that front row. Nathan Mayank and Navid Tahir will be the locks preferred for Isipathana College. Sanjay Jayavira, Sanija Jayavira rather, Tinetra Duramgud and Shakib Sumri have been absolutely amazing for Isipathana in that third row. Sitububumit will pair up with Avishka Hiran in that 9-10 combination with Aditya Madhushan and Yuvindu Kodituakku in the Sunday combination 12 and 13. Samiru Disas in the wings with Isru Udayanga on the other, and we have Nimat Sandeepa in the fullback. Replacements Damsara Lituka Damit Akash Metupa Tenula Abdul Limat Taruka and Sajid making up the finishers for Isipathana College.
So the Royal team in a huddle have taken the field. We're awaiting the presence of the Isipathana outfit. Both these teams early on in the season, so still finding their way. And for them to be present in an eagerly anticipated winner-takes-all semi-final. Bit of unknown territory, isn't it, Sudarshana, for these teams? It's usually the league comes at the end of the season, but it's a different challenge, not just for the players, but even the coaching staff as well. There's no game, no chance to ease your way into a season. Winner-takes-all encounters like this just have so much riding on it, and be interesting to see how these teams adapt to that kind of pressure.
Electrifying game we have on our hands here, because remember, these two teams are traditional rivals for Major Milroy Fernando Trophy. Plenty of folklore have been written about those encounters. Despite this not being that Major Milroy Fernando Trophy, there will be no love lost between the two teams. Both teams will want to make sure that they put their best foot forward. Royal will be wanting to make sure that they book their place in a final after returning to the President's Trophy. Isipathana College, defending champions of this competition, they will want to make sure that the trophy goes back to Havelock Town, and it will be the Green Machine that want to make the finals. It's going to be a very, very interesting affair. The man in the middle today, adjudicating everything, will be referee Ravin Alexander, who will have a very keen eye on the proceedings and will want to make sure that he gets his noise across early in this game, try and dominate the game when it comes to all the infringement. He would have spoken to these two set of boys and clearly told them what is expected of them. Amika Samarasinghe, the skipper for Royal, and Tinitra Dudangoda, the skipper for Isipathana College, a winger and a flanker captaining the teams. It's going to be an interesting one.
Yes, and you can just sense the tension, not just amongst the players, but even here in the grandstand. Isipathana have a very proud history in the President's Trophy knockout tournament. No doubt we'll just want to extend that streak. Last year entering the finals and upsetting the apple cart by beating the Papare. And interestingly, they have shortened the line out. It'll be a four-man line out.
Yes, four-man line out called by the Isipathanians. Kavin Jayasinghe putting it down and setting it up by Isipathana straight away, putting pressure. And here's a very well set maul from Isipathana College. Very familiar territory for Royal College. This is a weapon that they use to very, very good effect. But Isipathana setting up beautifully and breaking on the shorter side. Just a few feet away from that whitewash. Isipathana forwards who have been absolutely impressive so far this competition, continuing their good work. Now Bomet says will change the point of attack and goes wide underneath the post. The short pass to no one, but referee says it's rolled forward. So Avishka Hiran looking for Samir Disas on that short run, Abdullah, but not finding the man.
Yes, it seemed to be a switch pass, isn't it? As we have a look at that once again. Just trying to execute the switch pass. Unfortunately, not successful. Just wonder whether that was the correct option, isn't it, Sudarshana? Probably they had the numbers out wide, but probably trying to catch the drifting Royal defense by surprise, unfortunately, for Isipathana. The ball being knocked on. So it's a scrum for Royal. Need to try and get out of that 22. It's not a place you want to be playing too much rugby in at the start of a match.
I wonder whether Isipathana were a little too quick to try and go to their backs if they had kept it with the forwards for a couple of more phases, because it did look like Royal were having a little bit of a hard time trying to match up to the Isipathana forwards because they were dominating the fringes.
Yes, probably another phase or two before going out wide would have been the better option. Referee adjudicating that scrum was not correct, so he had to break it up and reset it. Remember, each team can just drive 1.5 meters. So good pressure applied by Isipathana at the scrum. Royal holding up.
Pressure from Isipathana, and Farooq says, I'll clear this one, and this time around has a better angle and finds better yardage. Beg your pardon, it was Yuvan Pathiran at that time. The man in the 15 jersey finds a better angle on that, and the forwards will be very thankful.
Yes, Royal have a bit of an advantage in terms of clearing their line. Sudarshana, they have Idris Farooq with his right foot and Yuvan Pathirana with his left. So it's good options to have. So have a look at that once again. Isipathana win the line out. They send it out to Zumri, who takes the ball up.
Zumri has been one of those ball carriers who have been preferred from Isipathana. Here's Sandeepa putting it high up and doing very well after an initial juggle with the ball were Royal. Fernando to the forwards. Now Fernando changing direction, goes to the shorter side. Yuvan duly complies and puts a ball to boot. Royal looking to play that territorial game early in this encounter, and cannot blame them because you can't be playing too much of rugby in your own half.
Yes, and again Royal just using the left boot of Pathirana. It's a really good option to have, keeps the back three guessing. This time a good grubber kick, finding touch, so it's a line out for Isipathana. Corrected by Durangoda.
Jai Singh again, a short line out. Now big carry again by the Pathana prop Rajapaksa. Sandeepa this time putting it high up. The chase is good. Equally well collected by the skipper from Royal, Samarasinghe. Now Royal attacking through their forwards. Naqib Mohammed carrying it for them. Manan. Now Royal looking to run space on the outside channels. Jayasuriya cuts back inside. Momentarily held up in the tackle. Big carry that time by Situmina. Now through the middle comes another pot of forwards. Farooq getting tendered to. This would be raising a little bit of concerns for the Royal camp. Referee Namit Sankalpana having a word.
Yes, there was a bit of contact, I think, when he went to make a tackle, and he just lay down on the ground immediately, as we can see that. So it didn't look good initially. But at least the encouraging sign, he's back on his feet, but always when a player is on the ground and unable to immediately get up, it's always a bit of concern. So referees just taking their time to see how the young lad is feeling. Just going through those HIA protocols.
Yeah, the doctor will be thoroughly Checking the player. Oh no, that's not good. The blue card comes out and Idris Farooq, if Royal proceeds to the final, he will not be part of it because he will be out for 21 days with the blue card. This is not ideal for Royal College, but the player safety is of primary importance, Abdullah, and the call has been made by Dr. Sankalpana that Farooq's knock, and he didn't look right when he went to the ground. He struggled to get himself up, and the right decision has been made.
Yeah, absolutely, but there's massive loss for Royal here. It's key player is Farooq in that number 10 position, and let alone the final Sudarshana. Before that, they've got to get over this hurdle. Looks like it's Simak Shafiq who will come in, and looks like he will man the center position. So that's a big loss for Royal. They'll need to adjust. A lot of this game is revolved around Idris.
It was a big carry by the Patana number 8 that made that contact. Here's a big scrum from Isipathana, but Royal managing to hold on and getting the ball out. Pressure coming in the rock from the Patana defenders. Now Yoshita Situmina, big ball carrier for Royal, carrying it forward. And referee Alexander penalizes Limit Amarasinghe for coming in from the side. Interesting one because the ball was available for Royal and there was no material impact from Amarasinghe joining that rock.
Yeah, that's right. You've just got to come through the gate, isn't it, and ensure that it's a fair contest. So Isipathana not finding touch. Patirana collects it and will drive play back, sending play almost to the 40-meter mark. So now Patirana will have to play a bigger role. He's the experienced campaigner in terms of decision making in that three-quarter line. So a lot is going to depend on him for the remainder of this game.
Yes, Yuan Patirana will have to man the responsibility of really manning that position, decision-making position for Royal College. For Isipathana, not much harm done from not finding touch. This time they opt to go out fast. Going to the ground was Shakib Sumri. Yes, Bomet. Royal managing to steal the ball. Ishan Hiran on counter. Short side from Royal. Plenty men to support. Quick ball out. Here's Shafiq. Under pressure now. Scrambling defense from Isipathana. Royal not shy of running. Nakib carrying it forward for Royal. Presents it well. Again attacking the shorter side. Other lads from Royal, but this time this was Patirana's carry. Was castled onto the touchline by Isipathana.
So Royal like to use this as out wide. Unfortunately, just a bit close to that touchline, and Isipathana defense coming across well to bundle Patirana into touch. Kavin Jayasinghe with the throw in. Kamunge, rather Thinetra, the skipper, tapping it back. Isipathana carrying the ball outside the 22. The ball goes back to fullback Dimsara. That's a really good touch finder.
Oh, that's a scorcher of a kick. An absolute skullduggery. But the Royalists who was chasing it couldn't have been worse. But Isipathana straight away getting into Royal territory. That was a humongous kick by the Isipathana fullback, I believe, Nimat Sandeepa.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a very strong wind that just goes across that angle, isn't it? And Dimsar Sandeepa, to his credit, just used the wind and placed it brilliantly Patirana not in the best of positions to collect that. That's a line out just about 7 meters away for Isipathana. Looks
Yet
like
again, setting it up. Isipathana. Referee Alexander playing advantage in favor of the Pathanians. Taken quickly. Now Isipathana running straight. Here's an opportunity, and that will be the first Amana Bank try through Shakib Sumri, who's a little late to get out. But Isipathana strike first through the number 8, Shakib Sumri.
Yes, it was some good thinking by the Isipathana scrum half, Situpa Bonet. Probably Royal thought that they will go to touch and have another crack at the line out, but decided to take the quick tap and passed it to Zumri, who went for the first Amana Bank try. As we have a look at that once again. Taking the quick tap, Zumri changing directions, slipping a couple of Royal tacklers and going over for the first try. So Isipathana drawing first blood. Just the start you want in this kind of knockout games. Sandeepa with the conversion attempt. Strikes it well. And Isipathana go into a 7 points to nil lead.
Flags go up as Sandeepa gets the mark. 7 points to nil. Good connection, and he has the wind behind him. So no problem with the distance. Isipathana 7 points to nil at the 12th, almost the 12th minute mark. Royal College yet again with the restart. Kicking it out on the full, so not ideal. For Royal College, as they've given away possession. From the restart as well, so centre field scrum, something the backs will be so very happy about for Isipathana.
Yes, it looks like it's just a blood injury. So they've sent in a replacement. I think it's Akesh Disanayaka.
Centre field scrum. Bomit has options on both sides. Sandeepa right behind him, and this time Sandeepa goes to the left. Show and go by Sandeepa. Had just 2 men to beat, but referee now playing advantage for a high shot. Has called the penalty, quickly taken by the new man on the field. Isipathana asking a lot of questions now on the shorter side yet again. Koditu Akku dances his way into the ground. Royal putting some great pressure, but referee Alexander says you needed to retrieve 10 meters, which you haven't done. So now the penalty in favor of the Pathanians.
This is interesting, the tactics Isipathana are using from the penalties, isn't it? They want to play this game with a bit of pace. They're taking the quick taps, just catching the Royal defenders napping, and now they're taking another short tap.
To the open side, the big forwards going through, and that's going to be a score through Nevit Mevanka, who touches down for the second Amana Bank try for Isipathana College. Again, like Abdullah mentioned, the quick thinking, the quick taps taken by Isipathana, getting them that dominance as Royal find it difficult to adapt to that pace.
Yeah, absolutely, and to their credit, I think they've got their game plan spot on, just taking the quick tap, not letting the Royal defense settle, And they're using their big men, isn't it? They used Zumri previously. This time it was Nevit Metuka, the second row. And just like that, Isipathana open up a 14 points to nil lead. And Royal definitely have their work cut out from this point onwards.
Double bowlful Royal back-to-back scores from Isipathana College. This is going to be an interesting one because they've just lost their flyer of Royal, the man who pulls all the strings. As Patirana restarts, here's the big man. Isipathana looking for distance, haven't managed to find touch, but the collection is not good from Royal. Looking to attack on the outside on count, and this is what Royal need to do, so show some urgency. They need to settle down, Royal, yes, but they need to show some urgency because they need to fight fire with fire. Now that short side has given some very good opportunity for Royal, and they've kept on exploiting it, but this time around ball carrier Patirana being isolated and Isipathana pouncing on that.
Yes, they just need to get more players into the breakdown quicker. That wasn't the case. Good attack by Royal on that short side. Doing well. Patirana evading a couple of defenders, popping up to his supporting players. But some brilliant work. I think it was Isipathana fly half. Avishka Hiran managed to get his hands on the ball and win his team a penalty. And as a result, Isipathana have almost sent play back onto the halfway mark.
Isipathana has been have dominated this opening 15 minutes of the game with both territory and possession. Royal College haven't been able to have quality possession on the opposition side this time around. Yet again, Dorangora going up and collecting cleanly the big men for Isipathana. Mewanka carrying it. Here's Sandeepa yet again with a scroach of a kick. Interesting decision by the Royalist collector. Could have called for mark because he was inside the 22 meters, despite wanted to try and put a counter. Now they are outside the 22, can't kick it out, but up to go with the forwards. Situmina with the carry. Fernando looking for options, and now putting ball to boot. Sandeepa has Hiran in the midfield. He puts ball to boot and letting it bounce, and that's going to be a penalty straight away because Samiru Disas was taken out without a man. Could very well be a card coming out for Royal College. Massive brain fade that, which could have stopped a possible try as well, Abdullah. So it's going to be interesting what the referee is going to adjudicate. Simak Shafiq in trouble, but he says, okay, maybe it was a miscalculation. So Shafiq gets away with only a warning. Now opportunity for Isipathana to try and get that third Amana Bank try, 5 meters away. Take a look at this. That's cynical. If ever there was one. He knew that the ball carrier did not have the ball in hand. However, now Isipathana with an opportunity. Dorangora goes up. Here's the big prop. Offloads to his fellow forward. Isipathana forwards will be licking their fingers. The try scorer, Menuka, carrying it. Now the hooker, Jaya Singha. Forwards rallying around each other, and that's going to be a brace for Nevit Mevanka, who goes in for his second. And Isipathana making this look way too easy.
Yes, way too easy, you'd have to say, Sudarshan. And what's worrying for Royal is they're doing it with the forwards, attacking along the fringes. Royal just missing those one-on-one tackles. And once again, Nevit Menuka carrying brilliantly. It's far too easy, getting a bit of support from his colleague Sanija Jayavira. And Dimsira makes no mistake with the conversion. So it's 21 points to 0 for Royal, or rather for Isipathana. And Royal definitely have a lot to do. Looks like the referees have called for a 1 minute water break, and it's a break Royal could do with. The scoreline shows it's 21 points to 0.
Well, rightly so. I think it's been very, very difficult for all the players. It's very humid. It's a scorching afternoon here at Sagatadasa Stadium, but Isipathana have brought all the fire so far. The 21 points to 0, and putting Royal really under pressure. But some of those tries have been through Royal not being privy to the pace that Isipathana plays, and also not keeping their eyes open.
Yes, and also I think the territorial battle as well is that I don't think Royal have spent enough time in the opposition 22, and what Isipathana have done really well is they haven't let Royal settle. Whenever they get a penalty, they've taken the quick tap, they just kept Royal on their toes, trying to up the pace of the game, and Royal unfortunately just haven't been good enough to adjust to that.
Two principals of Royal College and Isipathana having a keen eye on the proceedings. 18 minutes gone, but 21 points on the score sheet, and all for Isipathana as Isipathana led it bound. No harm done as they managed to settle things out just outside the 22 meters. Isipathana forwards have really put their hands up Abdullah, especially with how dominant they've been. Here's Sandeepa putting the ball high up. Doesn't find touch. Here's Shifak. Pathirena finds Senuja. Shifak passes to no man. This is not ideal for Royal, as Nakib Mohammed is brought to ground, now looking to run. On the outside, Jayasuriya had a little bit of space, but has been castled. The Isipathana line being found offside. Referee Alexander deems there is no advantage. We'll have a word with his assistant referee, Veranga.
This looks like his assistant identified something because he put the flag up. So, fortunately, not privy to the conversation. So we'll just have to bide our time and see, hopefully with the signal, what the infringement was.
Well, Shanak and I were discussing about a lip reading course. We received some suggestions for that, Abdullah. I think you are invited to come for that as well. Will help all of us to try and understand, because the problem is we haven't gotten the signals right as well. If the signals are clear, we can try and read those as well. Again, referee Alexander wanted to have a word with Todangoda, and this is Pathirana, currently the man on field, is it? No, that's not this us. Now the penalty has been overturned. For what? Unfortunately, we don't know. A signal would have been good. And Isipathana with an opportunity. That's a scroacher of a kick. Nimantha Sandeep has really brought his kicking boots here, Abdullah. It's been absolutely amazing.
Yes, it's been brilliant. And what he has also done well is he's made maximum use of the wind that he's playing with. And having said that, it's not easy, Sudarshana, to play with the wind either. You've just got to judge the kick brilliant. You judge the kick well, because you can sometimes tend to overcook it and you can just go over the dead ball line. So far, his kicking has been on spot.
I think what he has done right is to try and get the elevation right every time that he puts the ball up. Dorangora this time goes to the back. Isipathana forward, setting it up. Breaking away was Dorangora. Isolated, and that's going to... No, the penalty has gone to the other way around as the player needed to roll away. Here's the call from referee Alexander. It'll be an interesting waving if you can take a look at the replay. Again, a short tap taken. Rajapaksa, the ball carrier. Now to Jayavira. The halfback gives it to the double try scoring Nevit. Herat tucks it in. For Isipathana now on the open side. Bomit barking instructions for forwards to come in and attack the ball. Jayavira met with a big tackle from the Royals defense. But rolling around was the call from referee, and Royal come away with a penalty, holding on. It's a call from the referee, and Royal will be breathing a big sigh of relief.
Yes, it seems that one of the Isipathana players had gone off his feet. At least that's what the indications showed, maybe the second call. But as we have a look at that once again, but what the Isipathana forwards are doing, Sudarshana, as you can see, yeah, that's right, you're right. It was a double roll, which was penalized. But what Isipathana are doing is they're making Royal make a lot of tackles, isn't it, along the fringes, and Royal just haven't been able to keep Isipathana in front of the gain line.
This time around, Royal making hash of that line out. Isipathana now on counter. Bomit digging for it. Seemed like they were a little too much in a hurry, and an opportunity for Royal. Fernando with the kick. Charging chaser from Royal College. Losing it forward. So nothing going the way of the lads are wearing gold blue so far in this game.
Yes, nonetheless, I think that was a really good kick by Fernando. I'd like to see him do that much more from the base. It was a good chase by Pathiran as well, unfortunately. Not being able to collect that ball, but the endeavour has to be lauded. That was a well-weighted kick as well. Pathiran, unfortunately, not being able to collect the ball. So it's going to be Situpa Bomet. Sit out.
Again to the open side, and the big centre carrying it for Isipathana, and here comes Sandeep's high-hanging kick, beautifully collected this time by Patharana. Here's Johan Patharana on the outside. Now this is Patharana, experienced lad. Good safe carry by him. Isipathana tackler needed to get away. Royal playing with penalty advantage. I wonder if they are making a mistake, Royal College, by trying to play it a little too deep because they do not have the same prowess that this Isipathana line has, Abdullah. I'd prefer for them to be a little more flatter if they could, because what they're doing now is losing territory by trying to pass too deep.
Yes, the problem's it's not so much the three-quarter, Sudarshan. I have a bigger problem with the depth at which the Royal forwards are taking the ball. They're taking it way too deep. They're giving the Isipathana defense an opportunity to rush up and cut that space. They need to take it much more flat, especially the forwards, as you can see. On that occasion, they're taking it virtually from where the first 5/8 would take it. Got to take it much more flatter and try and use their ball to get over the gain line. So a line out here for Royal inside the 25. On to number 6.
Yet again, not collecting it cleanly, but managing to hold on to possession. Royal looking to go on the open side. Patirana to Jayasuriya. Jayasuriya cuts back inside, still on his feet. Now the forwards getting on the act. Mudan Kotua, Okita with the carry. The backs here is Patirana, Tisas, the number 8 from Royal College, trying to place that ball. Fell awkwardly, Tisas. Big carry by Yoshita Situmina. Tisas Patirana still on the ground, still on the floor. Would be a little concerning to Royal College. Isipathana trying to tackle that ball. Referee says no way. Royal forwards now on the act. Fernando. But they have lost it forward. Hands on the ground.
Off the feet seems to be the call. Well, he indicated that it was a ruck. Then he said hands off.
So the oncoming defenders did not support their body weight. They had hands on the ground, killing the ball and killing the opportunity for the opposition team to try and compete for that. Take a look at this, the oncoming player. There you go. You got to support your body weight, or else it doesn't make a fair contest. So Royal giving away very good opportunity. When they had momentum, giving away a simple penalty, normally an area where they're very, very strong in when it comes to ruck ball and close face contest. Yet again, going back and collecting was Dodangora. Forwards attacking from the middle. This time it's Navid Tahir. The ball carrier, Sandeep, puts the ball high up. A brilliant chase that time by the Isipathana winger. Udayanga was not able to collect it cleanly. There was a touch on air, but both players were contesting for that ball, and it was a fair contest by the looks of it.
Yes, again, Sandeep, just using that wind, isn't it, Sudarshan? There seems to have been a very concerted game plan in how they're going to approach this first half. Using that wind, giving the ball a lot of air, letting the wind take the ball forward.
And what's also very amusing is the fact that this is not a ground that is very, very much common for Isipathana to come and play. So it's getting that conditions right and really addressing that conditions and identifying it is never easy. Seems to be in a bit of pain. Landed very awkwardly. Physio Majid looking at the ankle and referee signaling for a replacement to come. So that will be concerning for Isipathana. Despite how comfortable you are with the score line, you don't want to lose one of your starters with the stretcher being brought out.
Yes, it's a very unfortunate way if you have to leave the field. I think it was Isipathana right wing, is it? Samiru Tisas.
Let's try to identify which winger that was. I believe it was Isuru Deanga, if I'm not wrong, wearing the number 11 shirt.
Yeah, that's right, Sudarshana. It is the right wing. You can see that Samiru Disas is on his feet.
There you go. There was contact on the air, but both of the players were coming for that ball. But landing was pretty awkward for Udayanga, who will have to be stretchered out. Concerning looks on one of the parents, one of the mothers. Let's take a look at that. Yes, that touch making him land awkwardly.
Yes, they seem to be pointing towards the leg, so let's hope it's nothing more than just...
It looked like the ankle because he landed very awkwardly on the ankle, so we really hope that it's nothing serious. Never a nice sight to see a player being stretchered off. All the mums having very concerning looks. Would like to wish all the mums who are watching as well a happy Mother's Day today.
Yes, it looks like Abdul Hakim, the number 21, has taken his place in the field.
Isipathana now, we want to make sure that they continue to do their good work. Patirana for Royal puts the ball high up. Sandeepa looking to run, steps back inside, good offload. And a decent support from Hakim, who's just come onto the field. Hiran with the ball out to his forwards. Will check back to the pocket. Here's Sandeepa. Yet again putting ball to boot. Patirana at the back, runs straight up. Big hit on Hakim, who's flat out on the ground. That was a massive hit. Doesn't look right. Patirana ran in straight like a steam-rolling engine. Concerning faces on the Isipathana lads. Never a nice sight.
Yes, it's pretty concerning because we could just feel the contact up here, wasn't it, Sudarshana? Patirana was only going to go one way like he knows, as he does.
Wrong shoulder, absolute wrong shoulder on the wrong side. Got it stuck in between the knee. And he had just come onto the field. What's concerning is that he hasn't moved yet.
So there were two players who went in for that tackle, wasn't it, Sudarshana? I think the other one was Abdul Hakim, but the brunt of it was borne by, I believe it was the Isipathana centre. Let's try to get the number of the player if we could. But it is a very brave attempt, isn't it? It's what you call putting your body on the line for your team.
Let's try and take a look at that replay if we could again, to try and identify the number of the player. But what's concerning to me is that since that contact, we did not see much movement from the lad. And he had his legs crossed off, everybody having a keen eye, and we really do hope that it's not as bad as it looks, because we've already lost a player to a blue card.
Listen, you can always say by the reaction, the initial contact, and then how he reacts once he hits the ground, isn't it? And there was no movement whatsoever. You can just see the concern on all the spectators' faces as well.
Yeah, despite, I mean, irrespective of which team you support. Sonasling, the physios having a chat. They're having a laugh, and that's a brilliant sign. So much relieved, I'm sure. Might be because the player would have wanted to continue playing, knowing some of these young lads who'll be wanting to continue playing despite whatever happens. Physio of real the Isipathana side, Majid holding his head straight. Dr. Sankalpana reinforcing the latches around. That was a steamrolling run by this Isipathana, who was running straight at the defender. He wanted to decimate anything that came his way, and decimate he did the oncoming player.
Yes, and in those kind of situations, there's nothing much as a defender you can do other than just put your shoulder there and hope that you make some decent contact. But probably it made contact with his head, unfortunately.
I think the problem was. The problem was he did put the wrong shoulder in, Abdullah. That's why his head got caught in between the knee of this Isipathana. But he will be stretched off to applause from the entire stadium. A blue card was given as well. As we look at the highlights of the game so far. First try scored by Shakib Sumri. That was in the 10th minute of the game. And then in quick succession, Navid Mewanka scoring a brace. This was the first of the two. Both were converted by Sandeep, and then Navid going the distance. So now the blue card being shown. So seems like it was Samir Disas who's been stretchered off. So concern for Isipathana as both their starting wingers have left the field.
So that was a bit fortunate for Royal. I don't think that was the side Pathirana was looking to make the kick. Struck the side of the boot, but nonetheless managed to get quite a bit of elevation, giving the Royal skipper Amika enough time to chase that kick. And that's a good touch finder by Pathirana. So it'll be a throw in for Royal inside the 22. Royal have got to make this count. Not many times have they entered the Isipathana 22 in this half. A pretty poor effort by Naqib Mohammed, you have to say.
This is criminal, absolutely criminal. Take a look at this. Come on. No way. No way can that be excused, because as a forward, you keep practicing and you get an opportunity inside the opposition 22 after almost half an hour into the game. You got to be on the mark, but that stoppage making the lads from Royal take the foot off the pedal, affecting their concentration. And it has been the story of the game so far. Here's Bomit with the feed. Isipathana looking to run, and Aditya Madhushan with a straight running hit. And the big man who's come in, Shifak Samik. Isipathana takes it quickly. Opportunity for Royal, and this is what they were looking for. Yoshita Situmina. Now this is again with the carry. Numbers. Shifak. Pathirana. Yuvan Pathirana, and in the corner is Jayasuriya, who touches down for Royals' first Amana Bank try. A welcome try for Royal College. A beautiful work by Pathirana. But Didula Jayasuriya is the try scorer for Royal. Is this the point where Royal will start coming back? We will have to wait and see. But they are going to be a very, very happy bunch, the Reed Avenue lads.
But what a bit of brilliant work by Pathirana. There was nothing on man, but just ran that brilliant line and offloaded back of the hand. Brilliant stuff by the Royal fullback. Tried his best to get himself involved and take control of the game on behalf of his team. Conversion not successful by Simak, so Royal are on the board. And a bit of a consolation for them, and that's half-time. With Isipathana yet comfortably ahead, 21 points to 5, as we have a look at that try once again. Pathirana, nothing on. Just took his opposite number. I think that Isipathana wing 3 needed to drift across and stay with his team. Nonetheless, a good finish by Didula Jayasuriya as well. So Royal on the stroke of half-time, getting on the board, but yet they have a mountain to climb in this second half.
Well, it may have been Pathirana, that is Yuvan, who assisted the finishing touches, but it was entirely made due to the brilliance of this Pathirana, who took it quickly. Then it was another forward who was going in, but came back to for a contact, Abdullah, and this Pathirana has showcased that he's going to be the man who's going to put up for Royal College. But that's it in this first half. Do not go far, because we will come back with the highlights of the first half and the action of the second.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
එක පැත්තකින් වාගෙනදී තව පැත්තකින් මතුවෙනවා. මේ ටයිල් එක බෑ. දෙක තුනක් කැඩිලත් එක්ක. තමරි අක්කා.
ජීවිත කාලය පුරාම අල්ලන් ඉන්න නම් ටයිල් අල්ලන්න ඕන ස්විස්ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව්.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව් අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සදාමයි.
Keep sweating. Keep pushing the limits. Keep stepping up your game. Keep shining. Keep rising. No matter what your fitness goal is, we are always there by you, with you. Iodex. Get. Spray. Go.
Seat Car Radials. The road is yours.
There is a rhythm to island life, where a walk is a dance, where there is work-life flexibility, where fun is serious, and where songs rise out of the sea. The unique and amazing facets of island living inspire us.
Bring that inspiration home. Lanka Tiles. Fine living. Redefined.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සදාමයි.
ලස්සන පල්ලෝකේ කොත්තුමි සර විහිදේ හිට් එක සිත බැන්දා ෆයිනල් ෆැෂන් අපේ හිට් එක බැද්දේ වටේ හොටල් ස්පයිසි ගෑස් මාතේ රසේ ප්‍රීමා කොත්තුමි ෆාම් තමයි.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
ලස්සන පල්ලෝකේ මිසර විහිදේ හික්කට සිත බැඳා තේරේ ෆයිවර ෆැෂන් අපේ
හිටක බදේ වටේ
හොටල් ස්පයිසි ගෙස් මාතේ රසේ ප්‍රීමා කොතුමි ෆාම් තමයි
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Seat Car Radials. The road is yours.
කොහෙන් හරි කමන්නේ ෆොටෝ එක තිබ්බනම් මට මේ බිත්තිය කැත වහගන්න තිබ්බා.
චමරි අක්කා.
බිත්තියට ස්විස්ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ගාලා ෆිනිෂ් කළා නම් ඔය ප්‍රශ්න මුකුත් නැහැ.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝට් ෆිනිෂ් එකට හොඳම කෙනා.
Creamy richness redefined. Smooth, soft, spreadable. Introducing Fondre with canola and sunflower oil.
Seat Car Radials. The road is yours.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
විහිළු නෙමේ ටෝකියෝ සුපර් ඕන වැඩකට සුපර්.
කොහෙන් හරි කමන්නේ ෆොටෝ එක තිබ්බනම් මට මේ බිත්තිය කැත වහගන්න තිබ්බා.
චමරි අක්කා.
බිත්තියට ස්විස්ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ගාලා ෆිනිෂ් කළා නම් ඔය ප්‍රශ්න මුකුත් නැහැ.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝට් ෆිනිෂ් එකට හොඳම කෙනා.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Follow your dreams, achieve your goals. With every step, let your story unfold. In this world you will shine, just believe it's your time. Sky is the ultimate limit, never can you stop any day.
Chase your dream career with eSoft Metro Campus.
Saratama enjoy karanga party ekata go.
Night Go Pocket Perfume. Youth ekata go ekak.
ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එක.
බයද? ඒවටත් බෙහෙත් අපි ළඟ තියෙනවා ඉඳගන්න.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය චර්පි චිප්ස් රිදෙන්න දැනෙන රස. තව ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එකක් ගහමුද?
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
That was summer refreshment, the train ekata go.
Night Go Pocket Perfume. Youth ekata go ekak. Creamy richness redefined. Smooth, soft, spreadable. Introducing Fondre with canola and sunflower oil.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
වතුරත් ලීක් වෙලා ස්ලැබ් එකත් ඉවරයි. බලන්නකෝ දැන් සාලේ කැත. චමරි.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල් 2K waterproof දැම්මා නම් වතුර කාන්දු වෙන්නෙත් නැහැ. හිතටත් නිදහස්.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල් 2K waterproofer සීල් කරන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එක.
බයද? ඒවටත් බෙහෙත් අපි ළඟ තියෙනවා ඉඳගන්න.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය චර්පි චිප්ස් රිදෙන්න දැනෙන රස. තව ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එකක් ගහමුද?
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Creamy richness redefined. Smooth, soft, spreadable. Introducing Fondre with canola and sunflower oil.
Now a summer refreshment, the train they gotta go.
Night Glow Pocket Perfume. You take it a go ekak. Creamy richness redefined. Smooth, soft, spreadable. Introducing Fondre with canola and sunflower oil.
Whose fault is this? Looks like someone didn't use Tokyo Superset for bricklaying and plastering. Tokyo Superset. Do it right the first time.
Well ahead, sitting pretty 21 points to 5. It's been quite a physical contest in that first half, wasn't it, Sudarshana? Seen at least 3 players having to leave the field. 2 of them with concussion-related injuries. And so early on in the season, sure, coaching staff will hope that it will be a quick recovery because still a long way to go in this Dialog Schools rugby season. But for the here and now, Isipathana started off the game extremely well. Within those first 20 minutes, they were 21 points to nil up, and from then on, Royal just having to play catch-up rugby, managing to get that score on the verge of half-time, but still a mountain to climb. The only thing that probably slightly in favor of Royal in this second half is they'll be playing with that wind. So probably they'll need to make maximum use of it, because in that first half I thought Isipathana's fly half Avishka Hiran was brilliant in using that wind to his advantage. Nimanta Sandeepa as well. So Royal will need to use that. It's going to be interesting, Sudarshana, because they won't have a right foot kicker to make use of that with the loss of Idris Farooq. Remember, the only other kicking option they have in their ranks is Yuan Patrina, who is a left footer. So overall, it was Isipathana, courtesy of that initial burst that sees them sitting pretty in this semi-final. Good crowd here in today to watch this encounter.
Yes, despite a long weekend coming up on Monday and Tuesday, Abdullah, there is a sizable crowd here at the Sugandasa Stadium as we see the Royal team coming out. They'll be spurred on with their last score just at the stroke of half time. They'll want to make sure that they continue that good work in these opening exchanges in the second half. They need to be the team that scores first in order to have anything in this game, any chance of coming back into this game. 3 tries to 1 is the score line. But Isipathana will want to make sure that they settle down and then they get a grip and have control of this game.
Yes, I think in this second half, territory is going to be important for Isipathana. While for Royal, I think position is going to be the key, because they've got to hold on to the ball for periods of time if they have to make a dent in this score. I think Isipathana will rather just prefer to kick the ball deep, make sure they play the game in the correct areas, and just make Royal do all the running in this second half.
Isipathana side comes out now. Isipathana have lost both their wingers, Isru the younger to an ankle injury, and Samiru Disas, who is stretchered off with a blue card being awarded to him. But more concerningly for Royal College, it's Idris Farooq being missing. Like Abdullah mentioned, it's not ideal for Royal because he's the man who pulls all the strings in their back line, making all the decisions. Another change being made by Royal College at the start of this half. Limit Amar Singh called to the bench. Here's the restart from Pathirana. Collected by Zumri. Hiran with the carry. Stopped just outside the 22 meters. Sandeepa puts ball to boot. Collecting that was Taruka Jayavira. Now Jayasurya. Didulu Jayasurya still going. Needed a runner on his shoulder. But Royal now showing some urgency. Here's Situmina, the big prop. Pathirana, a big strong ball carrier for Royal. Royal using their forwards. Fernando feeds in to Mudun Kotua. A little dink goes to touch, but like Abdullah mentioned, territorial gain for Royal College.
Yes, that was good by Royal, creating a few phases, but yet I think Sudarshana forming a bit too deep. I'd like to see them a bit more flatter, especially when the ball, when their forwards are carrying the ball. It's just giving Isipathana opportunity to get well inside the gain line and make those tackles.
Dodangura goes up, quick ball out, and that's great line speed. Smashing them up in the tackle versus Rana Singha, Senager. And good pressure put on by Royal College, and they will get position back inside the Isipathana half for their troubles.
It's well constructed exit by Isipathana. Just did not panic. Created the phase. Well organized. Royal did well to apply a bit of pressure, but it's excellent clearance. Now Royal getting the good line out.
Altaf Manan carries it for Royal, and here's the big Yoshita Situmina. Avishka Hiran trying to tackle that ball, but no way through Nakib. Pathirana changes direction and goes to Shafiq, who has to tuck the ball in. Fernando. Isipathana's line speed has been good. Here's 8 on 8. This is Pathirana, momentarily stopped by Zumri. Mudunkotua. Now Yuan Pathirana putting ball to boot, and that could well possibly be a 50-22. Yes. Was inside. He took the kick inside the 50 meters, but no. Referee Alexander says no. It was pass back, I believe. That was why it has been overturned, and Isipathana gets possession.
Yeah, it was the correct decision. It was just beyond the halfway mark where the ball was, where the truck was formed.
Here's Dodangura, and Bomet hit hard, makes it available. Sandeepa again putting ball to boot and keeping it high. Underneath that was Yuan Pathirana. Now going out wide to the corner. Jaisu reacting, scrum off. And good straightening run by Mudun Kotua. But coming through the gate, where's the Isipathana prop forward? Now Isipathana in counter. Quick hands through their forwards. The Isipathana forwards are absolutely dominating these Royal forwards, and here's the danger man, Navid Mevanka. Now Isipathana, little dink from Sandeepa, collected by Royals skipper Samar Singha. Fernando to the forwards. And in goes Yoshita Situmina, who's been a favoured ball carrier for Royal. Shifak has taken on the kicking duties of his right foot. Underneath that was Abdul Hakim, who didn't correct cleanly, but Sandeepa was there to rescue. Takes it to the ground, 5 meters short of the 50-meter mark. Navit Mevanka with the carry. Bomet to the open side, long cut-out pass to Jayavira. That time it was Tahir who was carrying it for Isipathana. Slowing things down. The lads in the green jerseys set yet again a high-hanging ball. None of the Royalists wanted it, but Jayasuriya is there to salvage that. Shifak. Disas. Now Samarasinghe. Left behind and pouncing on that ball was the Isipathana defender. That's going to be a penalty. Needed to release that man. Patirana was on the floor, didn't have right to the ball. Mistakes really affecting the Royalist.
So the problem is Royal are going end to end, isn't it? And it's they're finding getting numbers to those breakdowns a bit difficult. Then it becomes a 50-50 ball. And if the opposition is good enough to pounce on it, then it's going to be very hard to retain it. I think it was Tinetra Dodango, the Isipathana skipper, who pounced on that loose ball. Or no, rather it was number 15, the fullback, Nimanta Sandeepa. So line out for Isipathana inside the 22. Again, it's a shortened line out, 4-man line out.
This 4-man line out has proved very well for Isipathana, who set it up. Royal guilty of not securing that, and here's Jayasinghe with the carry. Now inside the 22 meters, Hiran, Avishka Hiran. Referee plays advantage in favor of the bottom line. Avishka Hiran still going, just 3 meters short. Tahir, Shakib Sumri loses it forward, but never mind. They will have a penalty advantage coming in favor of them. Referee Alexander says you have options, 2 penalties. Where do you want it? And I believe they'll go to the one closer to the touchline, because the line out from Isipathana has proved to be very difficult for Royal to try and negotiate. Beg your pardon, it wasn't Avishka Hiran, it was Aditya Madhushan with that tremendous carry. And interestingly, Nimanta Sandeepa deciding that it's time for them to take a dink at the post.
Yes, I think it's a good call, Sudarshana. Remember, this is a knockout game. Just want to get the W next to your name. Keep that scoreboard ticking. That's the way to do it. And Sandeepa makes no mistake. So it's 24 points to 5. Isipathana drawing first blood in this second half.
Nimanta Sandeepa has been everywhere. Absolutely brilliant stuff by the lad. Royal College guilty of not backing up and not making sure that they have the defensive discipline. Flat kick, finds Sandeepa, puts ball to boot, and That's a kick and a half. Absolute terrific stuff. Comes into the opposition half. And Royal yet again with a defensive line out.
As I think Simak letting that ball bounce, not the best thing to do, and Royal find themselves back in their own half. We were talking about how important it will be for Royal to hold on to position, while Isipathana's motive will be territory, and thus far that's been the case. That was a good line out by Royal. Patirana, Disas, carrying the ball forward. Getting the ball back to Yuan Patirana. He kicks deep.
Yes, Sandeep again, returning the favor. Finds Yuan, perfectly positioned. He surveys and decides that he's going to go for a run, Yuan Patirana. This is what's needed from Royal College. This time, the clearance is good. Some of the Royal forwards in the middle. This has Patirana now. In the corner. Fernando to Nakib, that was to his bootlaces, luckily for him. Didn't go forward, but needed to be on the feed. Going off the feed were the oncoming players who was trying to clear that one out, and Nimantha Sandeep will duly comply and will earn over 20 meters for his team.
It's just like to go a screen or two before that. Just Royal again, the forwards taking the ball extremely deep. It's making it very hard for the scrum half to find his target after phase play. So Isipathana once again on the attack. Dodangoda, cleanly collected line out.
This time a good initial charge by Royal College, and Kavin Jayasinghe has to break away for Isipathana. Situm Rajapaksa with the carry. Referee playing advantage in favor of the green shirts. Lahiru Herat goes to the short side. Here's Situpa Bomet attacking the shorter side. Herat again with the carry. Sumri playing a scrum off, and Nevit Mevanka. Rare mistake coming from Bomet. Losing that ball forward, so there'll be time for some reprieve for both the teams. Isipathana were playing with advantage in their favor, so no harm done with that loss forward. Sandeep yet again showing towards the post, and they will attempt the 3 points. This time around, the first kick that he's missed the whole game, Nimantha Sandeep misses out on opportunity to add 3 more points. Substitution being made by the Royal camp. Time has been called on Savista Fernando, the Royal halfback. High hanging kick, not collected cleanly, but possession still with Royal College.
Patirana goes to the boot. That was not one of his better kicks. Again, Patirana in position. Try and launch a counter attack. Jayasuriya, but well tackled by the Isipathana chasers. So it will be another phase attack for Royal. That's much better by Royal, taking the ball flat. That's what we want to see from your forwards.
Something Abdullah has been campaigning from the start of the game, but Yoshita Situmina loses the ball forward. And Nimanta Sandeep, back-to-back knock-ons, very uncharacteristic of him. So Royal with an opportunity now to try and create something from here on. Now take a look at this. Interestingly, was there a lost forward there, but referee deeming that there wasn't.
It looked like there was a hand there, Sudarshana. So maybe it was cleanly won back by Isipathana. So Royal's replacements come off. Shahid Mohideen with the feed.
Mohideen with the first feed to the scrum. Shafiq interchanging backs move from Royal College. Ishan Hiran. Shifak to Jayasuriya. Wriggles away from the tackle. Vikramaratna with the carry. Shahid. Again, very deep Royal. This is Patirana. Always dangerous when he carries the ball. Amika Samaratsinha tucks it in for Royal. Wayward pass. Naqib Mohammed collects it and crashes it to the man next to him. So these are the errors which are costing Royal dearly. Now Ishan Hiran for Royal. Shahid to Shafiq. Sandeep is there to collect it and return the kick into the 22 meters, and this time Simak puts his hand up and calls for mark.
I just think that's playing right into Isipathana's hand, isn't it? There were hardly any chasers, slowing the game down, forcing Royals defenders to come back. Don't think Isipathana will mind that too much. No, Simak just hacks it downfield.
Here's Abdul Hakim. And Rajapaksa takes on the kicking duties, and skipper Samarasinghe. I beg your pardon, that time it was Yuvan Patirana who spills it. Nothing going the way of the lads from Reed Avenue. No pressure on him. Yuvan Patirana normally is a very safe collector of the high ball. That time didn't get his positioning right. Didn't get behind the ball.
Yes, I think also he had the touchline at the back of his mind as well, so just couldn't stabilize himself. So it's another attacking opportunity for Isipathana, right on the 40 meter, or just in front of the 40-meter mark. Ball is fed into the scrum. Fortunately, slight knock on, so possession will be turned over.
Number 4 from Royal College, Okita Mudun Kotua, given his marching orders with Imtisal Nazir coming in place of him. 53 minutes on our clock. 5 points to 24. Isipathana in the lead. They put 1 foot in the final, the green jerseys. Be a mountain and a half to climb for Royal. Shafiq. Now to Jayasuriya. Jayasuriya on the outside channel. Wasn't held in the tackle. Still going. A quick ball needed and comes through Shafiq. That's the first touch for Nazir. Shifak to Hiruka. Good contest there, but Desas gets it to the ground, and Isipathana's attempt to try and tackle that ball have been lost forward.
Again, Royal just doing a lot of decoy runs and wraparounds, trying to spread it out wide, but the problem is no one seemed to be straightening the line out, and Isipathana, to their credit, did not commit, just drifted across, waited for the Royal runners to go at them. Muhyiddin with the feed.
Early hook from Isipathana College, so short arm penalty in favor of Royal. They get possession inside Isipathana half. Now decisions to be made. And they've opted to take a quick tap. Here's the number 3 for Royal College, who's come off the bench, Akira Yatavara. Royal opting to go with their forwards. Hit up close, try and suck the defense of Isipathana College. Narrow the defense down because Isipathana have spread it out. Desas back of the hand. Jayadinu goes down with the ball. And referee Alexander says no way. And penalizes Royal for holding on to that ball. Getting some information from the assistant referee, and referee Alexander will have a word with referee Veeranga.
So once again, Royal just not making the decisions, the correct decisions. They need to understand that they've got to get the ball out at the correct time when they do have front foot ball, not when the ball is static.
Okay, some of the lip reading practice that I've had is telling me, referee Alexander said that he's reversing it, and Royal getting the penalty. Do apologize to all our viewers. We don't have the facility of or the luxury of knowing what the referees are talking about. So there was some infringement that was committed by Isipathana. Now Royal in a promising area inside the 22 meters. 57 minutes on our clock, so just under 13 minutes to play on our clock. This is going to be an interesting finish to this game if Royal can hit the ranks and get a score here.
Yes, Royal's line-out hasn't been functioning as well as they would like, contrary to how it's been with Isipathana, so it's important that they first win this line-out. Once again, Tinetra Dodangoda, what a brilliant steal by the Isipathana skipper.
Abomit gives it to Nevit. Now going to Sandeepa, puts in a step. There was nothing going the way of the Reed Avenue lads. There was a charge down that happened there, but this has Patirana going for that ball, not being able to collect it cleanly, and it's frustrating the Royalists. Take a look at this, good work there, getting across, but couldn't judge it, Patirana. So Isipathana with another opportunity to try and exit from their 22. Bomit. This time finds Aditya Madhushan, who breaks the first tackle. Plenty space for Sandeepa now, who puts ball to boot and gets a decent distance and exits from their 22.
A smart play by Isipathana. The stop-start nature from now on will just suit them fine. Just need to run the clock down. Approaching the final 10 minutes of this semi-final. Dare I say, Sudarshana, probably have one eye on that final next Sunday from here on. Already lost a couple of players. Don't think they'll want to lose many more. So just be game management, just play it smart.
Absolutely, game management is going to be very, very crucial for both the teams. Nakib Mohammed, yet again the throw this time. Very good work by the number 6 jumper for Royal College, Jaya Dinu. Now to Jaya Surya. Jaya Surya gets himself to the 22 meters. Good defensive work by Isipathana College, stopping Nazir on his tracks. But another strong carry by Akira Yatavara. Now Royal. Yuan Patirana losing his footing. Goes out on touch, but there is a penalty available for a referee, Alexander, who has awarded it to Royal. Now taken quickly. Patirana. This us that time with the carry. Royal forwards looking for that snake. Big tackle on the ball carrier, but Royal Nakib breaking the first tackle, still going. Good ball presentation. Royal forwards now. Akira Yatavara carrying it up into the 5 meters now. Advantage in favor of Royal. Now has a free go. Jaya Dinu. Beg your pardon, Aditya Madhushan. Hiruka Jaya Dinu that time. Royal now building a couple of phases through their forwards. Mohammed attacking the fringers, very close. Shahid to the open side. Didn't collect that ball with any momentum. It was a standing start for the Royal ball carrier, Shahid. Now to the corner. Ditula Jayasuriya cuts back inside, but equally well defended by Abdul Hakim from Isipathana. Shahid wanted to dig for that ball, but the forward said no, we'll take that. Royal now, for the first time in this game, with more than 5 to 6 possessions. Offload and in the corner. Royal touchdown. Referee will consult the AR and awards the try. And it was the number 11, the skipper Amika Samarasinghe, who touched down for Royal College for their second Amana Bank try. Just what the doctor ordered for Royal College. Amika Samarasinghe says, get your head straight. Let's rally around this score. and make sure we do something with it. Again, Yuan Patirana creating that with the run. Some brilliant work by Yuvind Kodituakku, I beg your pardon, Ishan Hiran, to hold on to that ball, and Amika Samarasinghe touching down. Important conversion coming up.
Yes, that was much better by Royal, taking the direct route, asking questions of the Isipathana's fringe defense, and more importantly, Sudarshan, they managed to consecutively get over the gain line. Simak with the conversion attempt, and it's over. So it's 24 points to 12. Still Isipathana 2 scores ahead, and we've just got about 8 minutes remaining. Good conversion by Simak. So just about 6 minutes or so remaining on our clock. Royal need to score twice.
24-12, 6 minutes to go. This game still has some life in it. Can Royal put a memorable comeback which will be remembered for a long, long time? Kick return. And Sandeepa trying to do a little too much that time. Loses the ball to touch. So possession for Royal. This is momentum that need to ride on. They need to show that urgency. They need to make sure that they showcase that they won't win this one, Abdullah. They built a couple of phases. They took the direct route, narrowed down the defense of Isipathana and attacked on the outside channels, which got them that try. If they can get the line out right, which has been troublesome for them the entire game, it's going to be an interesting one.
Yes, and also they've shown a bit of reluctance to use their driving more. Sudarshan, I just cannot recall whether they've used it thus far in this game even once. So could be a confidence thing as well.
We need to decide on a Swiss Tech player of the match, Abdullah, but I think there is still life in this game. Here's what happened. Hemanta Sandeepa, as you can see from the reaction of the referee, some of the prefects from Isipathana would be very disappointed. Royal have opted to take a scrum. Shahid Shifak. Patirana with a little ding. Jayasuriya charging on that. Jayasuriya still going offloads. Just short of the line. Good defensive work by Isipathana, but still available for Royal College. Here's an opportunity. Stopped. Inches short. Referee playing advantage in favor of Royal. Going to the short side now. Royal need to be patient. Here's Patirana brought down. Shifak sends it out wide into the corner. Steps in, and that's going to be the third Amana Brank try for Royal College, who really brings this game to life. The try scorer that time was one of the replacements who's come in, Limat Gomez, and Royal College now breathing fire. 17 points to 24 with the conversion to come. Good decisions being made. Long cutout pass. Gomez steps in, goes inside. No problem.
Simak with a crucial conversion. Strikes it well, but just misses the upright. So it will remain 17 points to 24. So just one score in it, Sudarshana, as we approach the final 3 minutes of this game. And Sudarshana, once again, he just came from that wonderful dink by Yuan Patirana and a wonderful chase by Didula Jayasuriya as well.
Brilliant. Just absolutely brilliant, and just what the doctor ordered for Royal College. 17-24, one score away. Can the boys from Reed Avenue really flip the script here. Just over 3 minutes on our clock, and Isipathana are rattled. The momentum has really shifted towards the lads wearing blue gold, and all they need to do is back themselves up. Make sure this possession ends up with a try. Sandeep kicks deep. This as Patirana says, I will come at you hard. Brings play outside the 22 meters. Royal forwards crashing to the ball now, which they should have done from the beginning. Mohammed being dragged but holds on to the ball. Shifak, Jayadino to Yuan. Goes to the ground, isolated, but the jackler losing his feet. Shifak. Now the forwards battling it for Royal. They need to go end to end. Almost 80 meters. Indecision are not going to be their friend. Royalists know that they need to put their bodies on the line. Here's Gomez, whose try gave a lot of hope, but that's going to be player accidental offside. Unfortunate for the Royalists. As Isipathana will want to slow this one down. 17-24. Just under 2 minutes to go on our clock. But remember, the referee's clock will have a couple more minutes because there has been quite a bit of stoppages in this second half. For Royal, it'll be a matter of winning this possession back. For Isipathana, if they can score now, they will put this game to bed. Bomet crashing through Kodituaku. Now Bomet, yet again, a direct route taken by Isipathana. Change of direction. Herat, good defensive work from the Royalist. Dodangoda gives it to Rajapaksa. Now Tahir. Ball out of the ruck. Nobody privy to that.
This is good game management by Isipathana. Just keeping it tight, trying to run the clock down.
A penalty in favor of Royal College. This will give them a big up. We apologize for the mess. It was Dinuka Pereira who scored for Royal College in the number 22 jersey and not Gomez. A big thumping kick with wind behind their sails. Royal College go into the opposition half. This could be their final opportunity to script a famous comeback against one of their fierce rivals. The men in green did a lot of work in the first half, but the last quarter of this game has been known by the lads from Reed Avenue. Nakib Mohammed with the throw, collected. Patirana to Yuan Patirana. Good tackle on him by Yuvind Kodituaku. Shahid. Nazir takes it forward. Shifak with a cross kick to the corner, collected by the Dulajaya Surya, who gets back up because he wasn't held in the tackle. Need to release now. Royal. Shahid. Shifak. gives it to the forwards. Royal with their tails up now. Knee on the ground. Need to release. Shahid now. Here's Yuan. Oh my goodness. That's going to be an interesting call. Referees will have a word, and that's going to be the game. Full time here at Sukatadasa Stadium, and do apologize that we haven't spoken about Swiss Tech player of the match, because it has been that kind of game. Abdullah, heartbreak for Royal College, who threw everything and the kitchen sink at Isipathana College, but that initial burst of 3 tries proving that Isipathana College booked their spot in the final. That dink from Yuan Patrina, would like to think, was it really necessary?
Yes, he's been brilliant this entire game, Sudarshana, but probably a bit of a brain fade on his part on that occasion. Needed to keep it in hand. But nonetheless, what a comeback by Royal. But kudos to Isipathana. That initial spurt, as you said, in that first quarter, eventually led to them pulling this game off. But what a semi-final it's been. So the defending champions, Isipathana, managed to stave out, let Royal fight back and book their place in that grand final next Sunday against Trinity College.
Well, we have to speak about the player of the match, Swiss Tech player of the match, Abdullah. I think there were performances, some really good performances, like you mentioned, from Royal College. Yuan Patrina, absolutely amazing. And also the other Patrina in the Royal ranks, Disas Patrina was brilliant as well. But from Isipathana College, the victors, we can't look... we have to mention Navit Mewanka, who was absolutely brilliant, scored a brace, carried very well for Isipathana College. The skipper Tinetra Durangoda led them well, but can you look away from Nimanta Sandeep, who converted 3 of their tries and also managed to get that 3 points for good measure, which would have eased the nerves of Isipathana College. So I'm going to propose Nimanta Sandeep as the Swiss Tech player of the match.
Yes, I don't think I can argue with you, Sudarshan. It was not only that, even his kicking game in that first half, how well he utilized the wing to get Isipathana in good positions. I think that played a big part in that initial 21 points that they got. So I think a well-deserved man of the match award for the Isipathana fullback.
So Isipathana fullback Nimanta Sandeep being adjudicated as Swiss Tech player of the match for this game. Heartbreak for the lads from Reed Avenue, and they will really rue, and they will, when they look back, they will be disappointed at letting 3 tries within the first 25 minutes of the game, which really did come back to haunt them in the second half. Despite their brilliant performance in the last quarter, it was too little, too late for the lads from Reed Avenue.
Yes, and in a knockout game of this nature, playing catch-up rugby is never easy, is it, Sudarshan? Royal did their very best, but eventually just being asked to do a bit too much. And eventually Isipathana just prevailing to make yet another final.
All smiles for the lads in the green jerseys, but Royal College will have to go back, regather, regroup. They will have 3 weeks to refocus and come out fresh for the all-important league. Isipathana booking their place for yet another Dialog knockouts final against Trinity College, who had already booked their place last Friday with their win against Zahira College. It was an interesting second half. If anybody thought after the first half, 21 points to 5, Isipathana were going to run away with it, Royal College said absolutely no goal. Scoring started off with Sandeep putting over the penalty, and then Yuan Patrina springing Royal to life. Got Amika Samarasinghe into action, and Shimak Safik with a difficult conversion, putting it through, and it was Dinuka Pereira who touched down in the corner, giving hope to the Royalists. But hope was all it was, with the game finishing 24 points to 17 in favour of the lads in green. Key stats of the game: Royal College with 3 tries, Isipathana also with 3. But the 3 conversions and the penalty being the difference between these two teams. Commiserations for the lads in the blue and gold. But Isipathana College, congratulations for securing a spot in the final yet again. And Swiss Tech player of the match, Nimanta Sandeep Abdullah. It has been a terrific semi-final.
Yes, at the start, after the first 20 minutes, it seemed to be a one-way traffic, but to the credit of Royal, they did regroup and managed to give a good old fight to the defending champions. But Isipathana did just enough in that first quarter of the game to prevail. So that's it from the Sugardasa Stadium, as we'll beat you again on the 18th of May in the grand final, where defending champions Isipathana will take on Trinity. Till then, from Sudarshana Peris and myself, it's good evening and have a pleasant day.
Nice. Still Masan, when you know it's the last phase, you don't put a kick, bro. Create another phase.
Stand by for opener.
Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel, ThePapare.
3, 2, 1, roll.
ඉතින් ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංක ක්‍රිකට් නාලිකාව ThePapare සමග.
Welcome back to ThePapare.
Welcome to the live broadcast from ThePapare.
Good luck, guys. Good luck, everyone.
ThePapare, Sri Lanka's #1 television sports channel.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Keep sweating. Keep pushing the limits. Keep stepping up your game. Keep shining. Keep rising. No matter what your fitness goal is, We are always there by you, with you. Iodex. Get. Spray. Go.
Car radials. The road is yours.
කොහෙන් හරි කමන්නේ ෆොටෝ එක තිබ්බනම් මට මේ බිත්තියේ කැත වහගන්න තිබ්බා.
චමරි අක්කා.
පිටියට ස්විස් ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ගාලා ෆිනිෂ් කළා නම් ඔය ප්‍රශ්න මුකුත් නැහැ.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝට් ෆිනිෂ් එකට හොඳම කෙනා.
ලස්සන පල්ලෝකේ කොත්තු මිසර විහිදේ හික්කක සිත බැඳා මාතේ ෆයිවල් ෆැෂන් දපේ
හිටක බදේ වටේ
හොටල් ස්පයිසි කැස් මාතේ රසේ ප්‍රීමා කොත්තුමි ෆාම් තමයි.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
වතුරත් ලීක් වෙලා. ස්ලැබ් එකත් ඉවරයි. බලන්නකො දැන් සාලේ කැත. චමරි.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල්ඩ් 2K waterproof දැම්මා නම් වතුර කාන්දු වෙන්නෙත් නැහැ. හිතටත් නිදහස්.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල්ඩ් 2K waterproof සීල් කරන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Maliban lemon puff puff lemon puff Maliban lemon puff හැම සිතක්ම පිපිදේ රස lemon රසයේ ජීවිතයම මිහිරයි Maliban lemon puff puff lemon puff Maliban lemon puff Maliban lemon puff chill when lemon
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
එක පැත්තකින් වාගෙනදී තව පැත්තකින් මතුවෙනවා. මේ ටයිල් එක බෑ. දෙක තුනක් කැඩිලත් එක්ක. චමරි අක්කා.
ජීවිත කාලය පුරාම අල්ලන් ඉන්න නම් ටයිල් අල්ලන්න ඕන ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව්.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව් අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Seat Car Radials. The road is yours.
ලස්සන පල්ලෝකේ කොත්තු මිසර විහිදේ හික්කක සිත බැඳා මාතේ ෆයිවල් ෆැෂන් දපේ
හිටක බදේ වටේ
හොටල් ස්පයිසි කැස් මාතේ රසේ ප්‍රීමා කොත්තුමි ෆාම් තමයි.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
එක පැත්තකින් වාගෙනදී තව පැත්තකින් මතුවෙනවා. මේ ටයිල් එක බෑ. දෙක තුනක් කැඩිලත් එක්ක. චමරි අක්කා.
ජීවිත කාලය පුරාම අල්ලන් ඉන්න නම් ටයිල් අල්ලන්න ඕන ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව්.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩිසිව් අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
රුපියල් 50 මැලිබන් සේවරි පොඩ්ඩෝ එක මැච් එකට සෙට් වෙන්න.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Seat Car Radials. The road is yours.
Saratama enjoy karanga party ekata go.
Night Go. Pocket perfume. Youth ekata go ekak.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එක.
බයද? ඒවටත් බෙහෙත් අපි ළඟ තියෙනවා. ඉඳගන්න.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය චර්පි චිප්ස් රිදෙන්න දැනෙන රස. තව ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එකක් ගහමුද?
Follow your dreams, achieve your goals. With every step, let your story unfold. In this world you will shine. Just believe it's your time. Sky is the ultimate
Chase your dream career with eSoft Metro Campus.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි. හරි.
ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එක.
බයද? ඒවටත් බෙහෙත් අපි ළඟ තියෙනවා. ඉඳගන්න.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය චර්පි චිප්ස් රිදෙන්න දැනෙන රස මේ තව ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එකක් ගහමුද?
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Our mountains are majestic. They can be life-giving. Some are even sacred, and their heights bear marks of our heritage. Our mountains elevate us. To us, they are ever inspiring.
Bring that inspiration home. Lanka Tiles. Fine living. Redefined.
හරි.
ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එක.
බයද? ඒවටත් බෙහෙත් අපි ළඟ තියෙනවා. ඉඳගන්න.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය චර්පි චිප්ස් රිදෙන්න දැනෙන රස මේ තව ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එකක් ගහමුද?
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Dawasama refresh when the train gotta go.
Night Go. Pocket perfume. Youth gotta go ekak. Creamy richness redefined. Smooth, soft, spreadable. Introducing Fondre with canola and sunflower oil.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
සමහර බැඳීම් ජීවිත කාලයටමයි. නිපොන් සිමෙන්ති.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
විහිළු නෙමේ ටෝකියෝ සුපර් ඕන වැඩකට සුපර්.